There is a power within you, more vast than the sky above, more subtle than thought, more transformative than anything you've ever been told. It is not out there, waiting for you to find it in some distant temple. It is in your breath. It is in your spine. And through the sacred science of Kriya Yoga, that power can be awakened. Paramahansa Yogananda called it the science of soul contact. Kriya Yoga is not merely a technique, but a divine technology and a spiritual key to unlock the hidden chamber where your body, mind, and soul meet cosmic energy. The energy that gives life to stars is the same energy that flows silently through your spine. And when you learn to work with that energy consciously, with breath, awareness, and devotion, you begin to experience something extraordinary, transformation from within. Yogananda said, Kriya, yoga is the airplane route to God. It accelerates your evolution. Every breath becomes a sacred offering. Every movement of prana becomes an act of communion. And the more you breathe with awareness, the more you rise.
Dear soul friends, if this message has uplifted your heart, let your support flow like a sacred river. Subscribe to this channel and let the light grow. Leave a like if your spirit smiled, and write your thoughts in the comments below.
Beyond fear, beyond identity, beyond suffering. Christ spoke of the same inner kingdom. He said, the kingdom of God is within you. This wasn't a metaphor. He was pointing to a living reality, the indwelling presence of the divine, accessible not through rituals alone, but through silent communion. Kriya Yoga brings this truth alive. It shows you how to direct your consciousness inward, to ascend through the chakras, awaken the spine, and meet the divine presence as vibration, as light, as peace that surpasses understanding. In Kriya, the breath becomes prayer. Each inhalation lifts energy upward. Each exhalation grounds and purifies. And then there is the pause, the sacred stillness between breaths, where the cosmic energy is felt most purely. In that space, you are no longer a personality trying to find God. You are a soul remembering its source. This is not theory. This is direct experience. Imagine sitting quietly, your body relaxed, your spine upright. You begin to breathe slowly, consciously, drawing the energy from the base of your spine upward. As you do, something changes. The mind softens, the heart opens, the noise fades. You feel the presence of something deeper, a field of energy, alive, intelligent, loving. It is the same presence that Christ spoke of when he said, I and the Father are one. The same cosmic vibration that Yogananda called the Holy Aum, the soundless sound that underlies all creation. Through Kriya, you do not worship from afar. You merge. You dissolve the illusion of separateness. You taste divine union. And yet, this practice is simple. You do not need to abandon your path, your tradition, or your beliefs. Whether you follow Christ, Krishna, or simply truth itself, Kriya Yoga deepens your connection. It brings the divine out of abstraction and into breath, body, and awareness. You begin to understand what Yogananda meant when he said that words that are loaded with sincerity, conviction, faith, and intuition are like highly explosive vibratory bombs. When you speak with deep feeling, not from the surface mind, but from the silence cultivated in meditation, your words gain power. You're no longer speaking at reality, but into it. You're co-creating with cosmic intelligence. But sincerity is essential. You cannot fake energy. You cannot recite affirmations mindlessly and expect results. Christ warned of empty repetitions. Yogananda echoed this when he said that affirmations must be spoken with emotion, understanding, and will. When you align your speech with your breath, your feeling, your faith, you create resonance, and the universe responds. Kriya meditation teaches you this alignment. It harmonizes thought, feeling, breath, and spirit. It clears out the static. You begin to speak only what you mean. You pray not to beg or bargain, but to vibrate in tune with the divine. You say, I am light, I am love, I am that I am. And for the first time, you believe it. The deeper you go into meditation, the more clearly you perceive that everything is energy, your thoughts, your emotions, your body. And beneath it all is stillness, cosmic stillness, the silent intelligence behind creation. In that space, you stop trying to force your desires into the world. Instead, you align yourself with divine will. You speak only what serves love, peace, truth. You feel guided, not driven. This is not passive, it is powerful. You are not escaping life. You are entering it more fully, with awareness and grace. Even Christ withdrew into the mountains to pray, to meditate. Before healing, before teaching, he went into silence. Why? Because spiritual power arises from stillness. Action without alignment leads to noise. But speech and service born from meditation carry the authority of heaven.
Yogananda often compared meditation to charging a battery. Every minute spent in Kriya is like plugging your soul into cosmic current. You don't have to fix everything with effort. Sometimes, you just need to increase your voltage. Then things begin to shift around you. Not because you're forcing, but because you're resonating at a higher level. You've felt this before. After a moment of deep prayer or clarity, the world looks different. Your problems feel smaller. You're less reactive, more compassionate. That's not coincidence. That's frequency. And the more you practice, the more stable it becomes. You begin to understand how to plant the seed of intention, not with desperate repetition, but with quiet confidence. Yogananda warned, you cannot plant a seed in the soil of cosmic consciousness and then dig it up daily to check if it's growing. Doubt disrupts the process. Speak once, with full conviction, and then meditate, trust, and release. Let the energy work. Let the divine respond. In this way, you stop chasing outcomes and start living in flow. You no longer demand, why hasn't it happened yet? Instead, you breathe, align, and allow. You know that what is for you will come, not through control, but through vibration. This is what makes Kriya Yoga more than a technique. It is a lifestyle, a relationship with energy, a path of returning home. And yes, it transforms you. Not just your mind, not just your mood, but your frequency. Your very vibration begins to change. Old habits fall away. Old wounds start to heal. You speak differently. You move with purpose. You radiate something unexplainable. People feel it. Because you are no longer operating on ego power, you are flowing in divine current. You are speaking from the spine, from the heart, from the soul. Christ said, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. When you live from meditation, your words begin to heal rather than harm. You don't waste energy on conflict or gossip. You begin to use your voice for prayer, encouragement, upliftment. Your words become extensions of your meditation. This is why it's so important to practice daily, to sit in silence, to breathe, to listen. You don't need fancy techniques, just sincerity, consistency, and the will to awaken. Each breath in Kriya is a return, a reset, a resurrection. And if you practice long enough, sincerely enough, deeply enough, you will realize what Yogananda and Christ were pointing to all along, that you are not separate from God, that heaven is not far, that the energy of the universe is not something to worship from a distance, but something to feel coursing through your very being. Kriya Yoga is the path to that knowing. Meditation is the doorway, and breath, sacred breath, is the key. So the next time you sit to meditate, remember, this is not about escape. This is about transformation, about remembrance, about vibrating in harmony with the infinite source. Say your affirmations from the silence of your spine. Let your breath carry them into the ether. Listen in the stillness. And trust. Not because you're forcing a result, but because you know the energy has heard you. This is how we speak with God. This is how we co-create reality. This is how Kriya Yoga turns breath into a cosmic language and the soul into a radiant force.